Hello and welcome. In this video I want to show you the Overlord Collab characters from Konosuba Fantastic Days. So yeah, let's get started. The first collab unit and also the first free welfare we get from this event, there will be two welfares, is Ibiro. So a completely new character from the Overlord franchise, which is also a sub-character for Darkness. So she will get bonus stats from Darkness and will give bonus stats to all Darkness units. The first skill is an AoE damage with a tier 1 speed boost for your whole team. The second skill deals 171% damage, her biggest damage skill by the way, and lowers the enemy's physical defense by tier 2 I think, but let's see that in battle. And for her basic, it's a normal damage attack that just heals her for a bit. And she has a physical attacker passive trait, which is really good. Fitting for her, there's also an Albedo Darkness, which is by the way a really good Darkness because she has a single target skill that deals 153% when it hits. This isn't a guaranteed hit Darkness by the way, she will miss as long as she's not in vanilla ulti, but if she's hit this skill, it will deal good damage and also increase the physical attack for your whole team by tier 3, so the same as the Machi Aqua. The second skill deals 145% damage and will increase her gauge up by a large amount. So I think it's 40%. So with the gauge up and like 2-3 from her skills, she can already ult, which is really good. And for her physical attack, she deals 102% normal damage and also gives herself a small defense boost. And here too, physical attack upgrade, which is really valuable for either Fast Darkness, for this Darkness, for Ice, for whatever Darkness will come in the future, it's always nice to have. The next banner from the first part of the event is Einstein Gone, the big one, the king. Why do I say king? Because he's a really strong unit. First, he has an AoE skill that will deal 181% damage and 245% damage when the enemies have a debuff on, which is like a lot of damage for an AoE skill. And the second skill is a single target skill that will deal 177% damage and also increases the gauge. So he will fuel himself and his team with gauge and will deal a big amount of damage. Also, he has a dark basic. So it's an elemental basic attack, which also heals him too, which is also crazy good. And for his passive trait, it's magic damage up, which is actually not good, because Einstein Gone is linked to Kazuma, and Kazuma is a physical unit. So he won't benefit as much from other Kazuma subs, as you might think, because most of them has physical attack up. And he's not a good sub unit for Kazuma, as Kazuma doesn't do much magical damage. But we come to that in a second, why it's still good. And the last character from part 1 banner is, of course, Einstein Gone Kazuma. Whoops. He has two skills. One is a tier 2 speed up for himself, which deals 185% AoE damage when he's above 70%, so also a really strong AoE skill. With a self speed boost, which is kind of sad because if it was a team speed boost, he would be really good. So he's just like, okay. And the second skill is a single target skill, which deals 184% damage when he's above 70% and has a cooldown reduction. I think it's a small one, so just 4 seconds, but cooldown reduction is always really great. And here we come to a really interesting point. This Kazuma has dark damage up, which means he's a really good subunit for Einstein Gone. So if you go for Einstein Gone, try to get Kazuma too. It's really worth it just for him as a subunit. The second part will have a really cool welfare unit. As you see here, there's a 3-star Einstein Gone. So you will get a guaranteed Einstein Gone in the second part of the event. So if you miss the 4-star, it's really sad because the 4-star is really good, but at least you still unlock the character. Just to compare, here he does AoE damage that will do 129% damage and increase the magic attack of your team by I don't know how much because I don't use him, I'm sorry. And the second skill is a single target nuke that will deal 280% damage if the enemy has a debuff. So still good, still elemental basic, so probably still usable, but the 4-star's just so good. And the cool thing is he also has a magical attack up sub trait. So he combining with Einstein Gone Kazuma are the best two sub units for Einstein Gone. So one to pull, one for free, you get a character for free. I really thought it was a neat idea, so yeah, that's really good. Little bit about their weapons. Ibiro has a weapon that will increase a physical and magical defense with a low attack stat, which is okay, but like not really good. Ibiro's, by the way, the weakest of all the new units. So good thing we get her for free. But yeah, it's still kind of cool. And her ulti, as you probably see later in battle, is one of a kind because she increases, she reduces the damage you take by tier 2, so same as Leah ulti 1.2, or ulti 1 version 2, sorry, and also will give you a counter attack. What that means is if the boss hits one of your unit with this buff, they will actually take a little bit of damage back. It's not like a ton of damage, but it's still a neat or cool mechanic that will probably be used more in the future. At least I hope it, because I like the idea of it. But yeah, Einstein Gone's ulti is a special skill you probably saw from either other games or anime. If you haven't watched the anime, it's really good. Which will deal 260% magic attack in an AoE fashion. That will also increase his magical attack by tier 3 and lower enemies' defense by tier 3. So if the enemies get hit, all your skills after that will do like a ton more damage. The pullable units from the part 2 banner are Shell tier, another new character, which is also a really good unit. Why? Because of two factors. First, she has really good skills. So a 228% single target attack if she's above 70% HP, which will also increase her gotcha by a lot. So she can ult really fast. We'll come to a point later why that's good. And the second skill is a 162% damage skill that will also lower the enemy's defense by tier 3, I think. Sorry if that's wrong, we sealed in battle, but also really good skill. Sadly, normal attack, basic, but it still does 150% damage, which is good, and also heals her, and a physical attack subtrade. Also here the funny part, Shell tier is linked with Megumin, as you can see in the splash art. So Megumin is a magic attack unit, she won't get any boosts from physical attack. Same, Megumin boosts magical attack, not physical attack, so it's kind of weird to give Shell tier Megumin subs, and you probably just better use Kazuma's, something like that, as a sub unit for her with just physical attack upgrade. But yeah, it's kind of odd, but you can play around with it. The cool part about her is her ulti. Her ulti is kind of like Vanir ulti for Darkness, which means she transforms and gets a special buff. On Darkness case, she gets the Vanir mask icon and also a tier 4 physical attack up and a tier 3 self speed. Shell tier will get this icon you see here, which increases her speed with that icon, which means she still can get a speed up from other units. So she can have double speed, which means she attacks in a really fast way and can deal a lot of damage that way, and also heal herself all the way through. The only two parts you need to remember about her. First, she's very squishy, she will die fast, so you better slow the enemy or prepare that she will faint soon. And the second part is, her ulti has a really short cooldown, 12 seconds. So you need to time her ulti properly. You need to wait for her attack to have two charges. Use then her ulti. Hope that you can use both her skills in the time while she has ulti on. And probably get another gotcha up. I'm not 100% sure about that. I forgot, I'm sorry. But yeah, you need some kind of support so she can actually get her ulti off again before she transform back and lose a lot of damage, because she also increased her physical attack by tier 3, I think. So she's hard to play around, but really rewarding as she deals a lot of damage. The other unit I will show you after this battle is Megumin, Shoutyer Megumin. I come to her skill and why I didn't show you yet later. So yeah, let's get started in the battle. The tank in this arena does, X-Arena does a lot of damage, so she even takes a lot of damage and I can't heal her, so hey, and no bind, thank you. Let's do speed up. Gotcha. Defense down. Cooldown reduction. That's a way better start. Let's heal them up a bit. Slow down. There we go. Here's the ulti. Here you can see tier 2, defense up, and also the counter attack icon. Oh no, she got stunned. Now let's wait a bit to use this buff duration as long as possible. And use his ulti. Slow the boss down. Ibiro. Gotcha. Cooldown reduction. Defense down. Ibiro? Damn it. Beat up, AoE. Seal himself a bit. Basic. Bye, Kazuma. At least we can show darkness off that way. So first, increase the attack up. Defense up. And counter attack. There you see it, just taking 1500 damage there. Iron's ulti. Gotcha. Basic here. Oh, she actually hit with a basic there. No! Just want to use the skill. At least you can see Shoutyer here. So yeah, as I said, not a best team, but at least you could see the skills there. Well, time to switch to the second team. So, here we have our new team, this time with Shoutyer and her personal weapon, which will increase her light damage and also heal herself over time. So, helps a little bit with her sustainability, but the god weapon is just better than her normally. And we have Shoutyer Megumin here. Let's show her off a second. She's kinda like first anniversary Megumin, which means she has a single target skill, which deals 190% damage when above 70% HP, and also increase her magical attack up by tier 3, I think. And she also has a AoE tier 2 speed boost that also scales by skill level. Which is kinda sad because she's like one of the Megumins that I don't have invested at all. She's still 111. So her speed boost won't give as much speed as it could be, but you can play around with it. Yeah, I swapped Kazuma to back 1 because he's also a physical unit, and Eins to back 2 as the last unit to come in and try to deal as much damage as possible. And yeah, let's try to show off the other 3 units that you didn't see as much as before. So first, we use Megumin Speed Up. Then we lay a bit for Darkness Guild to use both as fast as possible. Good crit. A little bit slow. Oh, it was tier 2 magical attack up, my bad. But still good. Shelty can heal herself. Just time to use some basics. So for this team, this X arena is pretty bad because of the magic attack down and magic damage down, which makes the clear of the waves really slow with this team comp. So we can play around with that. Let's use the heal here. Ah, damn it, Darkness ulti got ready. My bad. Let's use her skill. You see, tier 3 physical attack up, tier 3 defense up, and her transformation icon. As you can see here, now she has actually a speed boost while getting her own speed boost from the icon, which will make her attack pretty fast, as you probably see right now. Look at that speed. No, no. Possible ulti and kill Megumin. No Megumin explosion, I'm sorry, but I think everyone knows by now how that looks. Dark's ulti sadly ran out. But that's the thing you will see here. As I said, her ulti runs out pretty fast. And even though I tried to delay her ulti a bit, use her skills and all, see, it's just not fast enough to keep her ulti up on herself. There will be options in the future, like the Chimoska assist unit, which will help her once, but for a whole arena run, it's pretty much impossible to keep her ulti up the whole time. Let's see if the boss maybe wants to attack her. Oh, sad. Let's use Iron Scorch up. Ulti. And Gorge up. 2, 1. Cooldown reduction. Defense down. Basic. Ulti slow. $255 damage, not as bad. So yeah, here again, enough damage to get the maximum score. You have the Megumin bonus here, so it's 1.2 multiplier. So not as good as the Damachi team, but the Damachi team has the big benefit, it's mostly physical units, so they complement each other a lot. Here we have a mix of magical and physical units, so to get a good team out of here is pretty hard, especially if you want to use Albedo. But yeah, these are the Overlord units. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. I try to answer them or show them off. Or just come visit my stream at twitch.tv/Kazuma Gaming to ask me there live and just see the units in action yourself. Also, I'm not sure if I showed all the splash arts, so let's just do this. See, Ibiro here in the darkness. It's really cool how she's jealous about darkness getting punished. Here we have Megumin with Sheltier and the back Albedo and darkness. Kazuma has Sheltier, Albedo and Hamsuke in the background, which is really cool. Einstein Gone has Aqua in the background who tries to hurt him while he uses his ulti. And Megumin is really like, oh my god, another explosion user, it's so cool! And the unit I removed now, I think I showed it, but just to be sure. or you can't show it enough. Ibiro in the bar with Dusk making a drink. Kazuma and Megumi there. It's really good. Also, one thing I want to show you. I haven't shown it in battle, but it doesn't really matter. From the event, we also get a Hamsuke assist unit, which will just deal damage. That's it, just damage. But there was at least one arena where it was actually used, which is kind of funny. So yeah, free Hamsuke for the event. But yeah, I think that wraps it up for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a follow, like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch too if you don't want to miss any updates or any new videos or live streams. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.